respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Green Bay Packers. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. To throw is Rodgers. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That one, a first down pickup of 8. The completion there for the reigning MVP. And Charles, even though he's slip-sliding towards 40, it is certainly a tough task to ask a defense to stop Aaron Rodgers. But what can they at least try to do to slow him down?
I think for him is take advantage of the few opportunities he gives you. He's not going to throw very many interceptions, so if you get a chance to get your hands on the ball, you better take it. But if you can get him off the field on third down, that is a huge one. Be able to blanket receivers, knock the ball free, but get off the field, because the longer that drive goes, he's going to put it in the end zone.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. Now this defense for the Ravens, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a 2nd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. He finds Randall Cobb on the completion. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 22 yards there, a first down. Now Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. Looking for the end zone. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Devontae Adams. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away.
Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They go play action now. Jackson. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. This one out quickly to Watkins. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
Yeah, I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. Flushed out right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And this game, CD, some are calling it the game of the year. Others are saying, hey, this is the Super Bowl preview. As we speak, these are the top seeds in each conference. How do you think these two teams approach this one internally?
And I think that we both subscribe to the theory that it is the game of the year so far, and it could be a Super Bowl preview. I know outwardly both teams are going to tell us, hey, it's 1 of 16. We're going to do what we do. Let's just go ahead and play our game. But I think we both know that internally, they're saying we've got to establish we're the team to beat in case we see them again.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
Well, this defense for the Packers, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And incomplete.
So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
And I think the challenge they put upon themselves is we want to be the guys to end that streak. And what's working in their favor? The winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. First carry now for Justice Hill. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first. First down, and it's Hill again. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Second down at 5.
Jackson from the shotgun. And his throw here's incomplete.
Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver.
And it's 3rd and 5. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Here's Jackson to throw.
Open man is Bateman. It's complete.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
They'll run with Dobbins. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
On 2nd down, it's Edwards. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Here's Jackson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Ravens draw a bit closer. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown.
Makes the score Packers 14, Ravens 7. Justin Tucker.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of... Now look out, Rodgers lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And we are tied here in the second quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
From the 27, Rodgers. This one swung out here to Jones. First down and much more here for Jones. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Now a first down carry by Jones. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
From just shy of midfield, Rodgers looking deep for Adams. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun to give to Jones. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
At the Ravens 14-yard line.
Rodgers now to throw. Out to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Enough to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Now it's Rodgers. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up fourth down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And Crosby puts it through, and they take a 17-14 lead. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Rashan Gary in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. He's going to air one out. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Jackson now. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Za'Darius Smith, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Here's Sam Cook now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. "51 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10.
At their own 39-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. On first down, Rodgers.
Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
4 yards after the pickup. Second and 6.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on third and long. Throwing is Rodgers. Caught left side by Cobb. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
And I believe that gain on 3rd and long changes things quite a bit, because this would be a very long field goal. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it here.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down.
Hey, pick 26.
Rodgers going to throw. He's got his man, Valdes-Scantling. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Rodgers to throw once more. Open man, here is Cobb. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Rodgers to Cobb, good for a Green Bay first. Now Jones, and he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end, Andrews. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 23 yards on the play.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. He'll buy some time right. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Play action. Now Jackson. Sliding out of the pocket. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24.
So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
A final shot before half for Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Both teams going back through their game plans, making their final halftime adjustments. And for the call of the second half, we go back up to Baltimore and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Four yards remain for second down. Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Jackson.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off at the 45. Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
On 1st down, Jones. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
53 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Jones
into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
Hey, check back, sit. Hey, big 26.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Here's Jones. Yeah, he is marked down right about on top of that imaginary yellow line, but they say he's a bit short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
Aaron Jones
with another touchdown, number 24 on the year.
And the Packers use the short field to get in for 6.
Crosby with the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Ravens 14.
So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away.
Their catch made at the 25-yard line. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They'll go again with Dobbins. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Open man is Duvernay.
2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. Great job of tackling there to prevent the first down.
One of the toughest skills in football, open field tackling. A lot of times one-on-one against a shifty receiver. He got it done in a nice way that time.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? They're going to try and throw. That's to his running back, complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration.
First and 10 at the 38-yard.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39.
Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver.
That'll bring up 2nd down.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
Hey, we got 3 down.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson.
Rolling to his left. First down and more for Jim. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is going to be Packer football.
Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half. And down 3 scores, a lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
In to make the stop, Patrick Queen, the linebacker, the Ravens' leading tackler in 2020. Here's 2nd and 10.
To throw is Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Play action. It's Jackson. And that is incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and that takes us from second to third down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Throwing is Jackson.
Oh, for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted.
Picked off near the 32.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Suddenly it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line.
61 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
They'll try again with Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Aaron Jones,
his 25th touchdown, tying him at Smith for the 5th most in one season.
And the Packers take advantage of the short field and finish it off with a quick touchdown.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and the lead is now 24.
Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Now here's a throw that's complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down.
A give, Dobbins trying the right side.
And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
He's going deep for Brown. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Ravens are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter.
Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option.
And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. Got an open man. It's Valdes-Scantling. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the fourth quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
Jones with a nice gain there on first down as he takes his forward and call it a pickup of 6. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the fourth quarter, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
And here's Jones again on 2nd down.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Derek Wolfe there on the tackle. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Flush to his right. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
But there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. He moved from your former position senior year, strong safety.
Yeah, sometimes they get you up near the line of scrimmage, or you're trying to time up a blitz. You've got to get it right, otherwise that flag comes out and you just cost your team some yardage.
So that last penalty making this 3rd down much more manageable. 3rd down, 4 yards to go. Here's Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
The kick by Crosby is good. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame,
This is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And after all those wins that they've reeled off, it seems that they finally have met their match in a big fourth quarter hole. But still, what a run it's been. It feels like they have not lost in forever. The drive will start with an option going left. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Credit Zadarius Smith, able to get through and make that tackle for a loss. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They go play action with Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. They go play action now. Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Connecting with Andrews. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Forced out to his left. They find some open field here. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the 1st down and a 21-yard gain. This pass complete. Jackson finding Andrews. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. Buying time to his left. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 2nd and inches, Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Ravens have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2. Jackson to throw. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is recovered by the Packers, so that might just about do it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run.
Rodgers throwing here. Rolling to his right. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. If they want it first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Adams. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all